disclaimer. New scam alert. New scam alert. With your ugly ass. I need y'all to zone in and pay attention. Now, I'm taking you to Clearwater, Florida, but I'm going to let the news give you a visual and a verbal of what this new scam is, and then we're going to come back and go down the rabbit hole. Let's go!
Looking for more possible victims of 3 thieves who are using a new tactic to target people using ATMs.
At least one of the crimes was caught on camera. News Channel 8's Alessandra Young is in Clearwater with details.
Clearwater police says the group has been targeting people up and down the state for the last couple of months. Clearwater police say a group has been intentionally jamming card slots with quarters or paper at an ATM at a Wells Fargo bank, then waiting for people to try and use the ATM and offering to help them.
They would physically grab the card from the victim, tap it on their behalf. Meanwhile, they would have another card on their person that belongs to a separate, unrelated person, and they would switch it. So now the victim thinks they're getting back their card that they just provided this guy that's assisting, but they're not.
Police say another suspect would be at the other ATM and watch the victims type in their PIN, memorize it, and use it at another location. Right now, Clearwater PD has identified 4 victims.
But there's probably multiple at this point. There's about 8 or 9 locations within Pinellas County that have been targeted.
Police became aware of this when a victim noticed he had a different card and called 911 to the Sunset Point Road location.
As soon as we arrived on scene, 2 of the suspects happened to flee on foot. So there was a large foot pursuit and a canine track. So one suspect was apprehended and the other one was actually apprehended with the help of the citizen that pointed him out.
2 men have been arrested, Brandon Esteban Acosta Castillo and Andrew Joshua Yactas Jimenez. They have identified the 3rd suspect and hope to get him in custody soon. Police say they were able to get there quickly to catch the suspects in the act, all thanks to the victim who called. But they do have a message to the community.
I would say the biggest takeaway is don't give your credit card or debit card to anyone that you don't know. These scams are very prevalent these days, and unfortunately the biggest victims are the elderly.
Police say these thieves have taken hundreds to thousands of dollars from these victims and even damaged the ATM at the bank. In Clearwater, I'm Alessandra Young, 8 on your side.
Come on, Brandon and Andrew, with your ugly ass. People will find a way to steal anything but a job and a skill set. Hello? So like Charlemagne says, the craziest people reside in Florida and some parts of New York, baby. And I'm at the point now, it's like they have a particular target market because I'm not handing my bank card to nobody unless it's the person that work at the bank. Baby, but we know they are looking at people that are elderly or people that are fresh or new to the area, maybe from another country or just may have a language barrier problem. But come on, man. Who thought of this scam? Let's talk about that. Because people, they're looking for one more suspect. But to me, I feel like it's a team of y'all. Because y'all probably been doing this so long. You know which areas and what time to go and do this. Now, I hate the fact that people abuse people's trust. That's why folks walking around boundaries up and not even speaking to you. Because the fear of the unknown happening when all they're doing is just trying to understand. Now, Clearwater, Florida, PD, y'all stepped up in the right way because y'all got this handled immediately. But more importantly, the reason why this scam popped off and was broken down and shut down is because the person who was the last person they tried to scam got in their car or got away from the premises and looked and realized that that card that was their card, they thought that was their personal bank card, wasn't theirs. Had they not noticed it when they noticed it, them folks would have got away with it. And that person would have been out of money because technically that person would have been going to run other errands. They might have just assumed, let me put this in my wallet, in my purse. I may not use this card for another week. And them folks would have ran your bank account down to the zero. You hear me? So the fact that y'all been up and down Florida streets doing this at ATMs. Now, I don't know if they're all Wells Fargos that you hit up. I don't know if you mixed it up and did a little BOA, a little Bank of America, a little Regions. I don't know. But the fact is, you didn't even care because they have cameras there. You tried to hide your face a little bit with your hat, but they have 360 cameras all across the bank parking lot. So they would have seen, at some point, further investigation, they probably would have seen the car you drove up in, how many times you've done this. So if there are more victims out there, and you guys kind of remember the date and time that you went to that ATM, and that scenario sounds very similar to this scenario, then you might want to go up to the bank and see if they can run that video back. And then that way you can really add some more charges to their crimes, and they won't get their butts out of jail anytime soon. Now, again, I hate the fact that everybody's trying to find a way on somebody else's dime. It's very scary out here because the way that technology is happening, people are tapping and going, so they're not having to stick the card in the machine and have the intimate one-on-one. But even just being at a standing ATM is dangerous because somebody is behind you and they could wait till you get the cash and stick you up then because you're distracted and you're paying attention to what you're trying to do. But I really feel that they need to put like one of those little screens up, like those protector visor screens up around the ATM buttons, because people can see what you're pushing. And then the buttons be loud as hell. As soon as you put your card in, you tap your card and it asks you to put your pin in, it be like pop, 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 pop. Like everybody and their mama know what you about to do. And it creates that, ooh, they gonna see how many numbers you put in when it asks you what you want to withdraw or what you want to deposit. And they're hearing the money machine go oh, they're like, oh, they got long money. They got long money. But what can you do? Nothing. But trust people that are strangers. You don't know them. Don't ask for assistance from them because you don't know what their motive is. Just go into the bank and get help that way. But the fact that these folks purposely jammed this ATM up to get the machine to work or barely work in their favor so they can rob you is crazy work. And God don't like ugly. So at the end of the day, the lesson of the day is if you can't use the ATM on your own, go inside with a personal banker. If you do not know the person that's in line behind you or you don't feel comfortable, go inside to a personal banker or just leave the premises altogether and try again. But do not hand your bank card off to nobody because just as quick as you did that, they did a swap-a-roo and then they was using your card on the other ATM, withdrawing your funds that you couldn't even have access to because they gave you the wrong bank card. Make it make sense. But either or, I'm not here to beat up the victim. I'm just here to bring awareness because now that the economy is going downhill, allegedly there's going to be more scams that's going to happen. So probably get into the habit of locking your card up if you're not actively using it, and then put a notification on there so every time you swipe your card or any type of transaction happen with your account, it will send you a text message to verify that it's you or you're familiar with the purchase. At this point, good luck. But anyway, I am just the messenger. It's your girl, Shaunie B. If you're cool with your girl, God cool with your girl. Make sure you check out my website, though. Yes, www.shauniebeentertainment.com. Check out the fan gear. You got options to drop donations. You listen, there's no pressure to do either of those two, for real. Because I do see y'all likes, y'all shares, y'all comments, and that really means the world to me, man. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all keep me company, and I'm here for that. Time is very important, and so when people invest time in you, that's my thank yous is why I give them to you, because I don't never want y'all to think that I don't appreciate it. I do. But let's hop in the comments, man. Like, for real, it's so scary that people just can't run the errand they need to run without having to look over their shoulder. So not only are they targeting the elderly, but they could be targeting you in a different way that's not as commonly used as an ATM. So just be mindful of your surroundings at all times. And y'all, please be safe. It's about to be the holiday times. And folks really finna be out here doing what they want to do. Based off of what's going on with this shutdown, folks finna really clown. And I don't want you to be the victims, okay? So head on a swivel and don't trust strangers. But until next time, next story. And I'm out this. Peace.